What's up, residents? Hope you're all doing well. We know that there is a feud between Godzilla and Kong. We know their ancestors once fought, and we know that they will indeed fight. But revealed within the trailers for the movie so far may be the true cause of why it appears like Kong is going to give it everything he has to not just defeat Godzilla, but to kill him. I'm not trying to say that Kong will kill or even defeat Godzilla, but there is no denying that towards the latter half of this story, we will see a Kong who is craving to see the big lizard go down by his own furry hands. This great war between Godzilla and Kong's kind that we are planning on covering in a future video definitely will inspire Kong upon him learning his species' past, and we all know that both these monsters love to be the top dog, but in this theory, neither of these reasons are the true cause of why Kong wants Godzilla dead. King Kong, no matter which version of the iconic ape, has always had a special connection with human female characters. Long been associated with jokes and a few terrifying visualizations, the interesting relationships Kong forms in his stories with lovely ladies is at the forefront of the movies, driving and pushing Kong, ultimately leading to his demise. Godzilla vs. Kong seems to be continuing this lady-loving trend, but in a way we've never seen before. Introducing Gia, Kong's apparent new female connection. Played by Kaylee Hoddle, a young deaf actress who will bring her real-life experiences to the character, Gia will use a form of sign language to communicate with Kong. This is hinted to in the trailer when Alexander Skarsgård's character Nathan Lind says, "This is our only chance. We have to take it. We need Kong. The world needs him
to stop what's coming. And this child, she's the only one he'll communicate with."
And the most recent trailer actually shows Gia using sign language to communicate with Kong. This bond has been a major part of the trailer footage so far, with Gia appearing to show Kong a doll crafted in his image. We see the two have what is no doubt going to be a touching emotional moment together on the ship holding Kong, and the most recent clip of Gia trying to motivate Kong to be safe in his dangerous battle with Godzilla. This is the most direct human interaction we have seen from Monster vs. Kong yet. He had a few interactions with Brie Larson's character Mason Weaver in Kong Skull Island, but it never reached the levels of emotional connection that the Kongs and their lady friends prior had. Godzilla vs. Kong is now chasing this classic part of the Kong story with this young girl Gia in an exciting new twist. Some may not like how this connection is with a child, but Gia being so young and innocent is the exact fuel that this theory needs. A theory that places Godzilla as an unintentional villain and creates a bond between Kong and Gia that gives reason to why Kong will fight to the death in order to make Godzilla pay for what he had done. Real quick, don't forget to head on over to our Teespring store to vote for which Titan you want to be king. Let's get back to the theory now. We see Kong having a real hard time dealing with being chained to this ship, but quickly he's eased as Gia approaches him, and really proves how close their connection is. Gia places her hand on the wall of what is likely the ship she is in while transporting Kong over the ocean. A look of dread comes over her face as she feels the vibrations coming from the atomic pulses that come from none other than Godzilla. This showcases Gia using her other senses since she cannot hear the hum of Godzilla approaching or the chaos no doubt happening around her, and it could also be a haunting feeling she has experienced before. Let's recap Kong's backstory. Right before Kong was born, there were many more of his kind, but as you know, they were slaughtered by the Skullcrawlers, including his own parents who fought to the death while Kong's mother was in labor. The baby Kong was left alone to survive and grow up in a dangerous world. So how does this relate to Gia? Well, this is where the theory kicks into full gear. Godzilla, as much as I love the big guy, has had something cause him to become aggressive and hostile. He is traveling the world, rampaging around and destroying certain human facilities. The Monsterverse lore has stated how there are now modern human bases located on Skull Island, and there are many who think these Skull Island facilities have been the building site for a certain superweapon created in hopes of controlling or even killing Godzilla. The G-Man has a sense for all things that present him danger, and over time, he became aware of this weapon being created on the island of Kong. Now we won't go into the details of what this weapon is just yet, or if Godzilla will even be able to stop it, but upon reaching Skull Island, Godzilla takes no precautions in playing it safe around all the other life on the island. This theory puts Godzilla in the unfortunate position he has always had to deal with. While in his primal mind he is just attacking a threat to his territory and reign as Alpha, the amount of unintentional destruction he causes simply by moving around is overwhelming. Gia's village, the home of the Iwi people, may just be in the way of Godzilla. Godzilla comes ashore, tears up Kong's island, kills many of his animal friends that we know Kong deeply cares for and protects, and does something that channels a memory in Kong's mind that he has fought with his entire life. Godzilla destroys the Iwi village, Gia's people and parents killed. Remember, Godzilla is not doing this on purpose. He simply just doesn't think about what gets caught in the way of his goal, and that's how he's always been. You think the hundreds of people killed in the tidal wave scene in Godzilla 2014 was something he wanted to happen? Gia survives only because she was with Kong somewhere else on the island during this traumatic event, and when they race back to see what has happened, Gia finds her dead mother and father and her village destroyed. She and Kong get a glimpse of Godzilla as the king of the monsters walks back out to sea, and as Gia cries in agony, Kong can only think of one thing, the very first thing he had ever seen in this world, the murdering of his parents, and how he was the only one left to live in this cruel, unfair world. While we don't know this for sure, and anything is possible at this point, there is dialogue in the trailer coming from Rebecca Hall's character, Eileen Andrews, that refers to Gia's past in a way that makes this theory seem more plausible. She says, "I knew that they had a bond. She had nowhere to go, so I made a promise to protect her."
And I think that in some way, Kong did the same.
She had nowhere to go and was in need of protection. Let that sink in and let me know down below if you think this theory has a chance of actually happening. The young girl's parents' death and the loss of her people caused by Godzilla is a perfect plot point that would fuel Kong to take on Godzilla and make him pay. Kong is socially intelligent enough to feel pain from the loss of others, and we already saw how vengeful he can be. Remember, the big Skullcrawler was the one who led the charge to kill off Kong's family, and the entire movie of Skull Island you could just see how much he wanted to brutally murder all the Skullcrawlers, avenging his lost loved ones. The small girl's suffering, similar to what Kong had to go through, would lead Kong to search out his past, learning the violent history of he and Godzilla's kind, finding the axe that gives him the best shot at killing the G-Man, and giving him a chance at avenging the only human he has ever really cared for. Residents, for a while, we've all been trying to make a reason of why Kong and Godzilla would actually fight in this fictional world, and in my opinion, it makes all the sense that this shared fate between Kong and Gia could be the cause of why Kong wants to kill Godzilla. What do you think? I hope you all enjoyed this theory, and Alistair and I are really hoping Adam Wingard and the people behind Godzilla vs. Kong had the nads to show a young girl suffering through such hardships like this. I don't want to see the G-Man do such a horrible thing, but if you think about what it would do for the story and how it would push this epic fight even further into a brutal beatdown, it makes a ton of sense, at least in my opinion. Thank you all for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.